Jessii Vee, and today we're going to be talking about some very creepy things that happen to real people while using different apps on their phone. And I just want to say before we jump into this video that these sleeves are just giant on me. I ordered this top and it's just like barely fitting me, but it's okay. I feel like someone from like the 1800s or something. Fetch me my tea. Oh, and by the way, I know it's May and I know I still have the April backdrop up. It's actually running late in the mail, so hopefully it should be here in the next video or two. So just be patient with me, please. And then obviously as soon as that comes in, I will be announcing the backdrop winner. All right, so let's jump right into this video. The first app we're gonna be talking about is the sleep recorder app. Sleep recorder apps are typically used to catch sleep talking, track snoring, and record any sounds you aren't aware of while you're unconscious. Now, I know I sleep talk in my sleep all the time, and I hate it because sometimes I'll literally wake myself up because I'm talking, and I feel really, really bad for Ty. So I have used one of those sleep recording apps before. I've never caught anything scary, I don't think. Not that I can remember anyway, but I would be able to catch myself saying like really silly things. I wish I had saved it. But it's just so weird to like wake up and then listen to what your phone recorded from the night before. Sometimes people have caught other things that wasn't their voice. So sometimes people will catch like odd voices, weird sounds, things that don't seem normal at all. So we're gonna be talking about those stories. The first one is called The Voice That Answered. There was this girl named Jenny who talked a lot in her sleep, so she wanted to download this app to see what she was saying. One day when Jenny replayed the previous night's recording, she heard a voice that wasn't hers. Basically, she was sleep talking and said, "What are you doing?" And there was a long pause, and then a man's voice said,
"Nothing."
And then another few minutes went by and the man's voice said,
"I'm dead."
So she was obviously so spooked, and her mind first went to thinking that maybe someone snuck into her house. So she ran around, checked all the doors, checked her alarm system, and there was no sign of a break-in. So then obviously her mind went to thinking that maybe it was something paranormal. And since that night, she deleted the app because it scared her so much. I mean, imagine waking up and hearing a voice that wasn't you. And especially if you live by yourself, like it'd be impossible to hear anybody else's voice if you're alone in the house. All right, the next one is called the Howl. There was this family in Chicago who was experiencing a lot of paranormal activity in their house. All through the night, they would hear random knocks, scratching sounds, and stomping footsteps. One of the family members even said, this is a quote from them, "A lot of the time when you go up the stairs, you feel something following you and getting really close to your ankles." Like imagine going up your stairs at night and feeling like something is about to just grab your foot. Well, one night they decided to download this sleep recording app to see what they would pick up. And the next morning when they listened to it, it recorded these creepy howls all through the night. And they didn't sound like far off, like maybe it could be like wolves or coyotes in the distance. The howls sounded like they were right beside the phone, like in the house, in the room. And obviously that really spooked them. All right, the next one is called The Unknown Language. An anonymous user on the internet said that when he woke up and went to check his sleep recording app, it showed himself talking in an unknown language. What? And he says he's only able to speak English, he doesn't know any other language. So this obviously really freaked him out because how is he hearing his own voice speaking in a way that he's never heard before? And in a way he can't even understand. And what's even creepier is that he was whispering these words. He's taken it to different language specialists and different people to try and understand what he was saying, but no one knows the language. I mean, maybe he was just speaking gibberish and it doesn't mean anything at all, but he says the words he was saying had like an accent to it, like it sounded like he was literally speaking another language. All right, and the last one is called The Giggling Baby, and I'm sure you can imagine what happened on this recorder app. There was this one time where someone's sleep recorder caught a giggling baby throughout the night. And what's creepy is that the giggling didn't last a couple seconds, you know, it wasn't like a quick giggle. There was this giggling sound for an entire hour on this app. And it kind of sounded far off, like maybe this giggling was coming from the hallway and not directly in this person's bedroom. But that's almost creepier, like it's coming from somewhere else in their house. And as you can imagine, this person didn't have a baby, and that's why they found it to be so disturbing. I mean, there's nothing creepier than hearing the sound of a giggling child when there shouldn't be one in your house. All right, the next app I want to bring up is called the Nothing app. and it's definitely one of the weirdest apps I've ever come across. And as the name suggests, this app does absolutely nothing. When you launch the app, you see a blank gray screen with nothing written in the center and nothing else. There are no buttons, no menus, there's no way to actually interact with the app. And if you go and look at the description of this app, it just says this app does absolutely nothing. So at least they're honest about it. But let's get into the creepier stuff. There was this one review of someone who downloaded this app just for fun, just to see what it would do because it sounded so ridiculous. But when she went to delete it afterwards, it wouldn't let her. And slowly all the apps on her phone started disappearing until there was nothing left on her phone. Nothing, get it? So this nothing app was like making everything else in her technology disappear except for that app. Now, I don't know how true this is. It could be someone just writing a review to creep people out, but I definitely, I don't know about that. And lastly, let's talk about Ouija board apps. Now, you guys know what actual Ouija boards are, and they decided to make like virtual ones for people who couldn't like use an actual board. And this is the description of these apps. It says, the only spirit board that actually listens to your voice. Ask any question and simply wait for a spirit or ghost to respond. So it works in the way an actual Ouija board works. And you guys know how I feel about Ouija boards. We've had bad experiences in the past that have to do with my family, so I don't use them, and I actually think they're kind of dangerous and would advise you guys not using them. So no matter if it's a board or an app, they still work the same way, and they're still pretty evil in my eyes. You're still able to virtually hold the planchette, and that's how it still works. But what's so scary is if you go to the review section of this app, people have so many horrible experiences while using this. There was this one girl who said she was using this app while sitting in her closet in her bedroom, and the ghost told her that her name was Nikki. And apparently this girl who was playing the game had a cousin named Nikki who had passed away a year prior, so that obviously gave her chills. But then suddenly she heard this scratching on her bedroom door, and when she went to open it, standing in the hallway was this pale girl with like gray skin, and she had claws on her hands, and she wouldn't go away until this girl deleted the Ouija board app. Now obviously a lot of these reviews are probably made up, they're not actually real, they're just there to scare people, but nonetheless, does this show you not to use it? There was this other review about this person who was using the app, and they came across this ghost named Harriet, and at first they were having like a sort of normal, chill conversation for the first like 10 minutes. And then the ghost suddenly said, "I need your body." So the girl dropped her phone because obviously that sentence scared her so much. She doesn't want a ghost to like take over her body. But because she dropped her phone, she realized that she took her fingers off of the planchette. Now, if you guys know the Ouija board rules, you're not supposed to take your hands off the planchette until you say goodbye. Otherwise, this ghost can stay like in your world. And from that day forward, even though she has deleted the app, she still says that Harriet haunts her and tries on a daily to take over her body, which is so scary. She says that sometimes in the mirror she can see these glowing red eyes that she believes belong to Harriet. So yeah, like I said, not really sure how like real all these reviews of this Ouija board app is, but it still gives me the chills just reading them. And I'm telling you guys, there are hundreds of scary reviews on this app. So yeah, if this is a warning for you guys, do not use it. And I mean, okay, at the end of the day, you guys are your own humans. You can make your own decisions. You can use it if you want. But just know, in my life, in my family's life, there have been bad experiences. So be careful. It doesn't matter if it's virtual or real. Things can happen. But yeah, those are all the creepy things that happen to people while using phone apps. There are so many other stories and apps I can go into. So if you like this sort of thing, definitely give this video a thumbs up and let me know, because I can make so many more. And yeah, don't worry, the new backdrop is coming very soon. So if it's not the next video, it'll be the video after that. So thank you so much for being patient with me, but I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!